Hello! This is is a hello an appropriate start to a review video or not? Whatever. Anyway, let me know if you care. 7 is what I am reviewing. Specifically, 7 Days Long Gone. Days Long Past. The title will be up there. It's an open world stealth RPG, top down. So like you're looking from like a drone or from heaven or God or whatever, it's giving you a look at what's happening. Since it's an RPG, you upgrade your character, and you do this by going out, exploring, and finding these skill chips that you socket into your head or whatever to upgrade your skills and get new magic powers and stuff like that. You can do this to rearrange your skills on the fly, which is a neat little mechanic for the game, quirk of the game's system. Another neat quirk of the game is that it has choices that impact the world setting. I mean, that happens. A lot of games have stuff like that. And since it's an open world game, I might as well mention that it's, what the world is like. I figured that's relevant. It's a dark, futuristic world. You're on a prison island, kind of like Australia, you could say, except there's no magic or sci-fi stuff in Australia that I'm aware of. I don't think there are giant monsters either. Well, not giant Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I guess the crocodiles are big animals, but I think there are giant monsters bigger than that. I would say, oh, wait, nope, there are no wildfires on the island. That's a big difference. It's also smaller than Australia. Yeah. Anyway, so it's not really Australia. I would say the setting is neat. It's kind of funny in places, but it's a dark humor. It's a world of black and gray morality, stuff like that. But it's kind of bits where it's all dark and edgy. Some of those are funny, some of those aren't. Most of the time, the game takes itself seriously, but sometimes it has intentional jokes, sometimes not. Let's see. Some of this footage you might see game bugs and stuff like that. I don't know if you'll run into them in your copy of the game if you get it or try it out or whatever. But I did run into some. None of them were game breaking or anything. Some of them were annoying, but some of them were amusing. Let's see. I don't think I caught any of the amusing ones on the footage that I'll be showing, but there's nothing too onerous or annoying, at least in my opinion. But your tolerance for bugs and glitches might be a bit lower, or might have different standards for what qualifies as annoying, etc., etc. So, I don't know. Yeah. But on the other hand, the game was made by a smaller developer, so you might expect that they didn't... Well, actually, no. I was going to say that they didn't have as big a budget to fix bugs, but, a lot of big games are released with lots of bugs that get patched up. No, I guess the budget thing would be irrelevant because, there would be less of a budget for a smaller developer to fix glitches and bugs after release. Doesn't mean that they don't. Because, I've seen small games that have been patched up and stuff. And of course there's the game Magica, which is a pretty fun game. But it's also buggy as but still, great game. But anyway, we're not talking about Magica. We are talking about 7. And let's see, where was I? I was talking about, let's go to, we were talking about the world, so exploration. Exploring the world is fun. There's lots to find if you want to find stuff. You can collect stuff for crafting if you want. It's not super necessary, but you can do it if you want. Entertaining to see what you can find, stuff like that. As for crafting, you find schematics around the world and then find random junk and mash it together to make stuff. Some of the junk you sometimes want to break down, but you don't always have to. Like, I wouldn't bother picking up and breaking down stuff until you need to, because there's like junk all over the place. Though, if you're in an area that's inconvenient to get back to, you could pick up the stuff and then drop it like in your inventory and break down the stuff you don't need. But aside from that, you don't really need to go out of your way collecting things unless you feel like it, or have like a compulsion to collect things. And while you're navigating the world, the stealth mechanics are probably relevant. I thought they were pretty entertaining. And good. Entertaining and good are two different things. I thought they were both good and entertaining. There's quite a bit of depth to the stealth navigation. And it's also kind of entertaining. Especially there was this one part I don't have footage for where it was pretty funny, the stealth, how it interacted with the AI. I don't really have much to say about the AI. It was well done. There were no problems with it, which is good. Or at least I didn't have anything major to say about the AI. It was good for what it did, which is important for a stealth game. So, I would say overall good. Good on the AI. And, that's important for a game where, that's going to be relevant. Backtracking to exploration, I mentioned that there was lots of stuff to find. There are all sorts of puzzles, and both in terms of like literal puzzles that you can find on the map for a handful of like treasure chests, and also for a stealth game itself, you can think of as kind of like a puzzle where it's like stealthily figuring out how to get past an area. Sometimes, you just like sneak around to figure it out, and sometimes you have to like save, go through the area killing everyone, and then you're all like, oh, this is how I sneak through. That's convenient. And then you reload, and then you sneak through the area without having to kill everyone. That's how you play a stealth game good, right? Anyway, yeah, so yeah. Overall, I would say game's neat. That's a bit of a setting detail I forgot to add earlier. Another difference from Australia is that it's ruled by a god king, like a theocratic god king. He's basically like the monarch is intimately related to this religion that's really important to the government and the culture of the empire, which is completely unlike Australia. Australia, past, present, future, no similarities to that at all. I'm sure that any Australian that gets pointed to this or that sees this would confirm that there's that's another difference from Australia. Also, I don't think that there aren't as many poisonous creatures on the island as there are in Australia. Or at the very least, I never ran into a problem with poison. Though there were antidotes in the game, so I assume poison is a problem somewhere that I can't remember off the top of my head. I would also mention, there's some sort of disease going around the island that's a problem in the story, but that's also not... Australia doesn't have a problem with that. Yeah, so that's about it. Overall, fun game. Neat game. I mentioned it was stealth, but you don't actually need to be into stealth to enjoy the game. Overall, fun. Neat. So if you see it on sale or something, might be fun. Or if, you don't care about whether it's on sale or not, I don't know, check out the price. Whatever. Have a nice time. Here, now, whenever. In the game, out of the game. In your closet. Whatever. Bye-bye.